Hi, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to write an essay in English. We're going to write an essay together and I'm going to walk you through the whole process. I'm also going to give you some tips to help you write better essays. Now, what's the point of writing essays? Students don't like them. Teachers need a lot of time to read them. Why bother? Well, essay writing can actually teach you some things. It can teach you how to present a coherent argument. Coherent means clear and carefully considered. It can teach you how to convince the reader that your opinion or position is reasonable, and it can teach you how to defend your opinion. This skill might be particularly useful when you're trying to convince your parents that backpacking around Europe is a great idea, or when you're trying to convince your boss that you deserve that pay rise. Essay writing can also teach you critical thinking, and without critical thinking, we would still be swinging in those trees, so it's kind of a big deal. So, now that we've established the why, let's focus on the how. The essay we're going to write today is going to be a 5-paragraph essay. This is what it's going to look like. We can clearly see 5 paragraphs. Now, this is just one example of what an essay can look like. The 5-paragraph essay is very common, but sometimes you might need just 4 paragraphs and sometimes you might need more. An essay has 3 main parts. Do you know what they are? It's introduction, body, and conclusion. Can you identify them? Introduction, body, conclusion. Introduction introduces our main idea, opinion, position. Body paragraphs, the ones in the middle, show why our idea is true or reasonable. It's very common to use 3 reasons, 3 steps, 3 examples, one for each body paragraph. Conclusion sums all the ideas up and it presents the reader with a conclusion. Okay, let's start writing our essay. Oh, wait, we need a prompt. A prompt is a question that your essay is going to answer. It can be a question or a statement. Here are some examples. Oh, I like this one. What does it mean to be a good teacher? So, how do I start writing an essay? By writing an outline. An outline is like a map of an essay. It shows what each paragraph will contain. Before I write anything, I take some time to think about my prompt. What does it mean to be a good teacher? In other words, what are the characteristics of a good teacher? Remember, I told you that it's very common to choose 3 examples, 3 reasons, 3 things to talk about. So I'm going to list 3 characteristics of a good teacher. I think a good teacher is patient, professional, and empathic. These are my ideas, my 3 main points. And now I just need 3 supporting ideas to support each of my main points. It might seem like a lot, but we're going to do it step by step. Patience. Why is being patient important as a teacher? Because it takes time to understand what each student needs, because everyone learns at their own pace and some students just need more time or attention, and because being patient helps teachers avoid frustration. Patient teachers don't get frustrated when their students need more time to learn or understand something. And I think that patient teachers have a good relationship with their students. As you can see, at this point, I'm just writing some ideas down. Those are not even full sentences. Okay, next, professionalism. Why is being professional important as a teacher? Because I think everybody likes people who behave in a professional way and they feel comfortable around them. Would you like it if your teacher was spreading rumors about you or your friends, your parents? I don't think so. Because when a person is professional, they treat everybody with respect. And another reason is that when a person behaves in a professional way, they can be trusted. And I think that if you can trust your teacher, you might enjoy studying a little bit more. Okay, empathy. A good teacher is empathic. Why? Because empathy makes teachers understand what their students are going through, and it can help them solve their students' problems. Because empathy helps teachers notice their students' needs, and because a teacher who is empathic treats their students with dignity, and when students are treated with dignity, they are more confident. So these are my supporting ideas. I've got 9 supporting ideas. This is going to be the body of my essay. As you can see, I haven't even started writing my essay, but I can already see what it's going to look like. My next step is coming up with a thesis statement. A thesis is my opinion, my position on the topic. Every essay has to have a thesis. It's the most important sentence in an essay. It's good to have a strong statement and it's good to be specific. I already know what I'm going to write about in my essay. I've already chosen the essential characteristics of a good teacher: patience, professionalism, and empathy. So this is my thesis statement. Being a good teacher means being patient, professional, and empathic. I might want to change it a bit later, but we'll see. Question for you. Where should I put my thesis statement? Introduction, body, conclusion? If your answer is introduction, you are right. I've already said that introduction introduces our opinion, and that's what our thesis is. It's our opinion on a topic. Now, is this going to be the first sentence of my essay? Nope. The thesis statement belongs at the end of the first paragraph. It's usually the last sentence of the first paragraph. Why? Because before I introduce my thesis, I have to get my reader's interest. And how do I do that? With a hook. A hook is an opening statement. It's an interesting sentence about the topic. It can be a quote, an interesting fact, an anecdote, a reason why the topic is important, or a question. Now, I couldn't think of any interesting quotes or surprising facts or anecdotes, but here's what I wrote. Children need great teachers to guide them. It shows why good teachers are important, because children need them. And this is the first sentence of my essay, the hook. The second, or supporting sentence, is going to include some background information. The second sentence is the link between the hook and the thesis. Now, what do I mean by background information? It might include facts, opinions, historical context, definitions, or recent changes. So, while I was trying to come up with a good second or supporting sentence, I kept thinking about what it means to be a bad teacher. You know, someone who is very serious, someone who is very harsh, someone who uses corporal punishment. To me, this is the definition of a bad teacher. Now, do I know any teachers who use corporal punishment and who have no sense of humor at all? No. But when I think about the 1950s, I see a teacher who is very strict and who doesn't mind hitting their students with a ruler. I decided to use that, and here's what I wrote. During the past decades, the characteristics of a good teacher have changed a lot. What was once desirable, being harsh, serious, and using corporal punishment to instill discipline in children, is now frowned upon. As you can see, I wrote not one, but two supporting sentences. I've mentioned before that the supporting sentence, or sentences, is the link between the hook and the thesis. Now, when I look at what I wrote, I don't really like it. It feels like the supporting sentences are not linked to the hook. I'm going to rewrite my hook. How about a question? Who is a good teacher? It's not the most creative idea, but it sounds much better, and my hook is now nicely linked to my supporting sentences. I'm just going to change the word teacher to educator to avoid repetition. Done. Now let's read the supporting sentences and the thesis. During the past decades, the characteristics of a good educator have changed a lot. What was once desirable, being harsh, strict, and using corporal punishment to instill discipline in children, is now frowned upon. Being a good teacher means being patient, professional, and empathic. There's something missing. I'm going to add one word: nowadays. Nowadays, being a good teacher means being patient, professional, and empathic. Can you see the difference that this one word made? It connected my sentences. And just like that, we are done with the introduction. Let's write the first body paragraph. Each body paragraph starts with a topic sentence. A topic sentence introduces the topic of a paragraph. And the topic of the first body paragraph is going to be patience. This is my topic sentence. A good teacher is patient. And now I need some detailed sentences that answer the question, why should a good teacher be patient? Detailed sentences explain the topic sentence. Let's have a look at the ideas I wrote in my outline. I'm going to transform those ideas into sentences. Good teachers are aware of the fact that it takes time to understand what each student needs. They know that everyone learns at their own pace, so they are prepared to give extra attention to those who need it. Patient educators do not get easily frustrated with their students, which helps them maintain a good teacher-student relationship. Those are my detailed sentences. One last thing I need is a concluding sentence. A concluding sentence is the last sentence of a body paragraph. A concluding sentence can summarize the main points of a paragraph. It can restate the topic sentence of a paragraph in different words, or it can present the reader with an opinion. I think I'm going to restate my topic sentence. Patience makes a great teacher. Can you see how it's related to the topic sentence? By restating the topic sentence, I'm letting my reader know that it's the end of this paragraph. Let's move on to the second body paragraph. Do you know what the topic of this paragraph is going to be? Yes, professionalism. Here's my topic sentence. Another characteristic of a good teacher is being professional. And now I need detailed sentences. Again, let's have a look at my outline. Teachers who demonstrate professional behavior make a favorable impression, thus making their students feel comfortable around them. Educators who are professional treat everybody with respect and in return are respected by others. Being professional can help a teacher develop a trust-based relationship with their students, which might enhance their school performance. Those are my 3 supporting sentences. And my concluding sentence: professionalism is an important quality of a good teacher. Again, I restated my topic sentence. Body paragraph number 3. The topic of this paragraph is going to be empathy. Topic sentence: one more characteristic of a good teacher is empathy. And again, for my detailed sentences, my supporting sentences, I'm going to use the ideas I've written in my outline. Empathic educators can understand what their students are going through and can help them solve their problems. They are able to notice their students' needs and adjust their teaching strategies to meet those needs. Teachers who show empathy treat their students with dignity, which might result in them being more confident. Those are my supporting sentences. The last sentence of this paragraph, the concluding sentence, is going to be this one. Good teachers have empathy for their students. And just like that, we've written 3 body paragraphs. There's just 1 paragraph left. Do you remember what it's called? Conclusion. Conclusion summarizes the main points of an essay. It brings everything together. The first sentence of a conclusion restates the thesis statement. Do you remember my thesis statement? I wrote, nowadays, being a good teacher means being patient, professional, and empathic. Let's restate it. When thinking about good educators, certain qualities come to mind, namely patience, professionalism, and empathy. The second part of a conclusion reviews the main points of the body paragraphs. Now, I've already mentioned my main points. I've already mentioned patience, professionalism, and empathy, so I'm not going to do that again. Instead, I'm going to say why those main points, those qualities, are important based on what I've written. These characteristics make a teacher's job more effective and can help form a healthy teacher-student relationship. The third part of a conclusion, the last sentence, presents the reader with a conclusion, recommendation, result. You have to ask yourself a question. So what? These qualities are important. So what? Why am I talking about them? Well, patience, professionalism, and empathy are important, but not every teacher is patient, professional, or empathic, right? Could we change this? Well, maybe if teachers were taught how to develop those qualities, we would have more great teachers. So here's a suggestion, a recommendation based on what I've written. Teacher training programs should put extra emphasis on developing the aforementioned qualities in order to train great teachers. This is my last sentence. And here's the whole essay. It's not a bad essay, but there's still something that we have to work on. Transitions. Do you know what transitions are? They are words or phrases that connect ideas or sentences. For example, also, however, to sum up. Transitions make texts easier to read and understand. Let's have a look at the introduction. Who is a good teacher? During the past decades, the characteristics of a good educator have changed a lot. As a result, what was once desirable, being harsh, serious, using corporal punishment to instill discipline in children, is now frowned upon. As a result, shows an effect. What was once desirable is now frowned upon. This is the effect of the changes. Let's have a look at the first body paragraph. A good teacher is patient. Good teachers are aware of the fact that it takes time to understand what each student needs. They also know that everyone learns at their own pace, so they are prepared to give extra attention to those who need it. As well as that, patient educators do not get easily frustrated with their students, which helps them maintain a good teacher-student relationship. Patience makes a great teacher. I added 2 transitions, also and as well as that. Those transitions introduce new ideas. Second body paragraph. Another characteristic of a good teacher is being professional. Teachers who demonstrate professional behavior make a favorable impression, thus making their students feel comfortable around them. Moreover, educators who are professional treat everybody with respect and in return are respected by others. Being professional can also help a teacher develop a trust-based relationship with their students, which might enhance their school performance. For the reasons listed above, professionalism is an important quality of a good teacher. I added 2 transitions. Moreover introduces a new idea. For the reasons listed above, presents a conclusion. Third body paragraph. One more characteristic of a good teacher is empathy. Empathic educators can understand what their students are going through and can help them solve their problems. Apart from that, they are able to notice their students' needs and adjust their teaching strategies to meet those needs. Finally, teachers who show empathy treat their students with dignity, which might result in them being more confident. Good teachers have empathy for their students. I added 2 transitions. Apart from that, and finally. Apart from that, introduces a new idea, and finally introduces a final point. Conclusion. When thinking about good educators, certain qualities come to mind, namely patience, professionalism, and empathy. These characteristics make a teacher's job more effective and can help form a healthy teacher-student relationship. Therefore, teacher training programs should put extra emphasis on developing the aforementioned qualities in order to train great teachers. I added 1 transition. Therefore, it shows cause and effect. And that is my essay. Thank you for helping me write it. And now I'm going to give you some more examples of transitions that you can use in your essays. Some transitions help you organize your essay. For example, to begin with, the first reason, the second reason, the third reason, another reason, or finally. Some transitions introduce new ideas. For example, also, as well as, moreover, in addition, apart from that, furthermore, or not to mention. You can learn more about words and phrases that introduce new ideas by watching this video here. I link it in the description. Some transitions introduce contrasting ideas. For example, however, even though, although, on the contrary, although this may be true, on the other hand, or despite. Some transitions show cause and effect. For example, as a result, therefore, thus, for this reason, or because of. And some transitions indicate conclusion. For example, in conclusion, all in all, for the reasons listed above, as can be seen, or given these points. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. If you ever need help writing a formal email, you can watch this video here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be up to date with my English lessons. Have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!